Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 5 of the challenge. Can you believe we are here already? I am really excited to answer all of your remaining questions today, talk to you a little bit about one of the key energies or elements when it comes to creating money or the lack of money in your life and in your business. And here we are already at day 5. It always amazes me how quickly this challenge always seems to go. So, a couple of things before we dive in for today. Remember, if you would like to be in the draw to win the Business Upgrade Scholarship, comment on the post that I have posted and keep posting your success stories, the money you're creating, or whatever it is that's coming up for you from this challenge over the next week. And I will be doing a live call in here to announce the winner of that scholarship in a week from today. So that will be Monday, the 13th of September. Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 5 of your live training. This is Dr. Adela Rafiz. I'm so excited to have you here, and I can't wait to jump in and just bring this 5 days of training to a really nice conclusion for you by answering some of the questions and queries that have continued to come in over the following or previous few days. And as you get into the following week after this challenge, remember, the money is going to keep showing up. Things are going to continue to change. If you are still waiting to receive your miracle ask or amount, if you're still waiting to see a really tangible change in your money reality, I promise you it is on its way. And what we are doing is we are creating the foundation for you to create a totally different relationship with money moving forward. And sometimes, if you think about any type of relationship, if you've had a bad experience in the past, if you haven't trusted or known how to navigate through a situation, sometimes it takes you a little while to get the hang of how things can be. Sometimes it takes you a little while to notice what's different. Sometimes it takes you a little while to start trusting and really leaning into this new way of being in relationship. And in this situation, we are in relationship with and to money. And our relationship with and to money is created by our beliefs about money, our mindset around money. And two of these really important energies, one is trust with and of money. And the other is something that negates the creation of money, which is fear. And we'll be talking about that today in our final exercise. In the meantime, as you are joining me, hello everyone. Please feel free to post any of your final questions into the chat so that I can address your queries, questions, and comments. And as I've said, today we are going to be talking about being able to overcome or to include the two energies that will help cement this new way of being with money. The first is trusting the process, and the second is not functioning from a place of fear. So, a lot of the questions and comments that I've received over this last week are something along the lines of, hey Adela, I really want to create more money, or I really want to be successful in my business, or I really want to attract great clients, but I'm really scared. I don't know how to do it, and I'm scared I'm going to fail, and I'm scared that the money isn't going to show up. And there lies a clue as to what's getting in the way, which is fear. Now, it's natural to feel fear or scared when something is different, something is new, or you're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. I'm not saying that that's not a natural or normal thing for you to be experiencing. But what I will tell you is if you let that fear be your primary source of energy, if that is the vibration, the energetic, as well as the physiology you take in to starting your day, navigating through your day, and going about your money-making activities, the things that you are doing to create money in your life, whether it's putting your business offerings out there, whether it's taking the leap and starting a business, whether it's being brave and asking for a promotion. If you do it from a place in a space of predominantly fear, you're actually going to find that fear takes over those experiences. It will either stop you from taking those actions. It will either make you so paranoid about receiving a no or being rejected or failing that you're not able to be fully present and give it your best shot. Or that actual energy of fear will stop the possibility of that money finding you with ease. And that is something that we want to outcreate. So how do you outcreate fear? There's a couple of things that you can do. Number one, fear is a physiological response. Okay, so it's something that's happening in your body as well as in your mind. So if you're thinking about money and you're feeling contracted in your stomach, your heart's beating faster, maybe you're even sweating a little bit, or you feel really cold and frozen to the spot, and you're not able to shake this feeling that you don't know what to do, you don't know how to do it, you can't bring yourself to take the action that you need to. One of the things that you can do in that moment is actually stop and get present with your body and actually remind yourself that physically you are very safe right now and that it's okay for you to become present. It's okay for you to calm down your breathing, calm down your heart rate. Allow yourself to expand in all of the places that you had physically contracted, like through your shoulders and chest, through your stomach, and anywhere where you had even adopted a posture of fear or stress. Actually undo that. Change your physiology right now. See if that creates a difference in how you feel even in this moment. Lift your head slightly, broaden your shoulders, allow your diaphragm and your stomach area to be open rather than contracted. And notice that you actually feel a little different already. And from this place, actually acknowledge the fear. One of the reasons fear has such a hold over us is because even though it's very real and true for us, at the same time, we're trying to pretend it's not the thing that's controlling us. Yeah. So it's like, I'm really scared to do this and I don't want to do it, so I'm going to avoid doing it. But in order to perpetuate that avoidance, you actually just keep telling yourself how scared you are without looking at what it is that is actually creating the fear and what you could do to actually change it. And one of the things that actually changes any situation is calling it out for what it is, acknowledging what's true, and recognizing that just because you acknowledge it doesn't mean that that's where you need to stop. So that could look something like this. I'm really scared of failing in my business. And one of the reasons that is so scary is that would mean that I don't have any money. I would be going bankrupt and I'd be really, really embarrassed. And that is what is creating this really huge and paralyzing amount of fear in my life that is stopping me from taking action, and it's also stopping me from actually getting out there and making more money. Now, when you acknowledge that, what actually happens? You can look at the 3 things that are driving your fear. You're scared you're going to have no money, you're going to become bankrupt, and you're going to fail. And it's going to be really embarrassing for you when you do that. That's also all that's going to happen, is you're going to be embarrassed. You're not going to have money, that's not good. And you're going to have to go bankrupt, that's going to be really inconvenient. But when you acknowledge what's creating the fear, you can also realize where actually that's a very irrational thought. It might be a thought that is way down the line, like you don't actually have to worry about going bankrupt right now. You actually just have to realize that you're really scared to take action because the thing that's stopping you is actually the fear of embarrassment. And realizing that the fear of embarrassment is not necessarily a good enough reason to not take the actions you need to in order to start creating more money. So if I rephrase that for you, is that a good enough reason for you to not be successful? The fear of being embarrassed. So when you break down the fear, when you actually play this game, I call it a game, of actually going down and looking at and acknowledging the fears that are stopping you right now, you can actually bring some rational, cognitive understanding as to what's creating this fear. And then you can decide whether or not it's a good enough reason to stop yourself. Because when you don't actually go through that process, you might stop yourself or never push yourself out of your comfort zone for a fear that is really irrational and probably was never going to happen. And people do that all of the time. And the other part of that is the trust. So when we have fear, we have a lack of trust, right? And one of the things that this work, this challenge has been about is creating empowerment for you. Empowerment means knowing that you have the ability to create change, to effect change, to make changes in your life, or to do what it is that makes you feel good in any given situation. It means you have choice. It means you have power. The opposite of that is feeling disempowered. And when you have fear, the fear is disempowering to you. And fear creates a lack of trust. One of the most empowering things you can do is trust in yourself. One of the most disempowering things you can do is think that something else is greater than you, bigger than you, more important than you, has more authority over you, and has more control over you in any given situation. Think about situations where you feel disempowered or where you feel really stuck and frustrated because it feels like somebody else is dictating terms to you that you do not like or you do not agree with, and that's affecting your life. Now, when it comes to money, a lot of people are walking around disempowered. They're walking around believing that they don't have the ability to change their money story. They don't have the ability to make more money. They don't know how to make more money. And they're always going to be stuck in this situation or this experience of lack, of not enough. And that creates disempowerment, and it creates a lack of trust in yourself and your ability to create change. And what we have done every day over this challenge is find different ways for you to start creating and building a little bit more trust and a little bit more empowerment in yourself each and every day. So you can start to actually believe that you can change your money story, your money history, your relationship with money, and that you are able to make more money even if you didn't know where it was going to come from. It's really important for you to start to look at how much trust you have in yourself, how much empowerment or disempowerment you currently experience in your own life, and how you use that as the reason that you can't have an abundant, a successful, and a really fulfilling life and business, or a really fulfilling life and money story. For some of you, this challenge has not been about just adding more money to your business, but actually realizing that you have choice available to you and that you can create more money even if you don't have a business yet. Once you have a business is a vehicle for you to actually create money, offer a product or service to the world, have that be paid for with currency, i.e., money, and allow that money to come into your life and contribute to you having the quality of life and the choices in your life that you would like. If you are willing to start looking at your choice to have a business and yourself as a business owner as someone who's able to use this vehicle to create the type of life that you really want, you can then start to have a greater and greater mindset where more and more is possible. If you want to know something really funny, if you can make $10, you can make $100. If you can make $100, you can make $1,000. If you can make $10,000, what's stopping you from making $100,000? And if you can make $100,000, what's stopping you from making $1 million? Would you be willing to look at the fact that you have a vehicle and actually you just have to find out how to make it work more efficiently and effectively so you can create more of what you would like, which is money? And also, in exchange for receiving that money, how can you serve more by offering more of the product or service that you offer via your business, via your idea, or via the thing that you have to offer to the world? And that's why it's really fun to look around and realize that money is available everywhere and that there is money. There is money everywhere. You could be someone who sells shoes. You could be someone who sells ice cream. You could be someone who sells handbags. You could be someone who offers any sort of service. And what you will know is that there is always a range in every market. So what is stopping you from being able to either sell more of your product or service, increase the price of your product or service, increase the quality of your product and service so you feel justified in raising your price, and allow yourself to believe that it is possible for you too? Because I promise you, if you just do a little bit of research, if you start looking around, you're going to notice that there are people in every industry who are able to charge a premium for what they offer. And there are people who are charging a premium to offer something that is in the same industry as you. So go and do some research and start increasing your knowledge of what's possible in your industry, in your field, how much people charge, the different ways that they price themselves, and how you are going to be able to create more money for yourself as well. If you've never thought about making money or having a business, maybe you want to start realizing and researching the people that are actually making money by doing something that you know how to do, doing something that you're naturally talented at, doing something that you're able to do really quickly and easily right from home, whether it's baking or cooking or tutoring or teaching them a skill or making something and selling it. The possibilities are unlimited. All right, so a couple of questions here. If your mind is coming in the way, this J4's exercise is the one to use, where if you have something that is creating lightness for you, it's aligned for you, it feels congruent for you. J4's exercise was all about trusting that information and acting on it rather than allowing your mind to get in the way, or rather than cutting off that awareness from your mind, okay? Someone else is saying, after watching yesterday's exercise, I have been feeling very tired and slept for nearly 12 hours. Please advise. So any of the exercises, anything that you do where you're working at all levels of mind, body, and energy, and the aim of the game here is to create congruence, anything that makes you want to check out, anything that makes you go, oh my gosh, this is so exhausting. I can't even keep my eyes open. I can't look at this. I can't process it. I don't know what to do with this. I'm just going to fall asleep. Or that's one version. For some people, it's falling asleep. For other people, it's procrastination. For other people, it's going, well, I have this information, but I can't make it work anyway. This will never work for me. So ignoring what's possible. This is just different ways where something is trying to come through to you, those whispers of awareness, information, something that is true for you is trying to make itself known to you, but there is resistance there. So what is that information? Are you willing to become aware of it? And so anytime you've done an exercise and you have noticed that you keep checking out, falling asleep, or procrastinating on taking the action steps, something I recommend you to do is to go back and do that exercise a couple of times. So when you do it again, you might notice that you sleep through half of it. And when you do it again, you might notice you sleep for 5 minutes, but then maybe the fifth time you're able to hear and get through the whole exercise. And each time you do it, you're working on that resistance to receive the information, awareness, and have that congruent, aligned space show up for you. You can actually become really aware of something that maybe you have resistance to becoming aware of. And when I say resistance to becoming aware of, sometimes we don't want to know what we already know at some level because it's inconvenient. It means we have to change what we believe or what we've been doing. It goes against everything that we have been using as an excuse or everything that we've done to create our life so far, even though it's not working very well for us. So when something goes against how we've created our comfort levels and our box of safety, our comfort zone that we like to operate from. The thing with our comfort zone is everyone's basically asking, how do I get out of my comfort zone? Because that's where the change and the growth and the results that they're looking for exists. And at the same time, they're asking, how do I get out of my comfort zone while not letting go of the safety of my comfort zone? Because I really don't want to leave my comfort zone because it's really very safe and comfortable in here. Okay. So all of these exercises, all of the work that we do together is designed to actually help you believe that it is safe, it is possible, and actually it's a wonderful idea for you to get out of your comfort zone. That not only is it not going to be as scary as you think out there, but actually, as that age-old saying goes, everything that you are looking for is right outside your comfort zone. All of the growth, all of the change, and all of that money that you're looking to receive, whether you need to become a little bit more comfortable with being visible, with putting yourself out there, with putting a price on your offerings, with raising your prices, with being willing to ask for money for whatever it is that you're offering right now. All of that, I understand, exists outside of your comfort zone, and it can feel really uncomfortable and uncertain around how can I do that? But therein lies your answer. And that's why something I often say is when you feel uncomfortable, turn your attention and awareness to that place. Look at that and actually tune into it more rather than try to run away from it. Because that is the difference between people that you see who are continually growing, changing, and becoming more successful, and the people that you see kind of stuck at that same level year after year after year, because they have not been able to find a way to actually leave their comfort zone because it seems too scary. And that brings us right back to where we started this conversation, where a lot of the times that fear is not real, it's not valid, it's nowhere near as scary or would not be as scary as they imagine. if they were willing to take that chance and actually take that action. But it does come back to being able and willing to outcreate fear and starting to really build that trust in yourself and have that empowerment with yourself, with money, and with business, rather than feeling disempowered and stuck. So I hope this has been really helpful for you. That brings us to an end of this 5-day training. And I'm so grateful that you have joined us, no matter where you are from in the world. I hope this has been something that has contributed greatly to your life, to your business, to your money flows. And I can't wait to hear about your results. Please feel free to send me an email, send me a message, or jump onto my website and let me know how you got on with the challenge through my contact form. And as I said right at the beginning, we will be announcing the winners for the Business Upgrade 50% Scholarship and the Life Whispering Club memberships in a week from today on Monday. We give you a week to continue posting your success stories, and so that everyone that wants to be entered to win can let me know. And you still have a week to create your money, create your miracle asks. I can't wait to hear all of your success. And I'll be posting more about the Business Upgrade program, which starts at the end of September. And it is, if all of this information around creating a business, the mindset that's required, the action steps that's required, how to get out of your comfort zone, how to start building your business foundations, that is all of the stuff we cover in the Business Upgrade program. It is by far one of my most foundational, one of my most favorite life-changing programs. We've had hundreds of people go through that program over the last few years, and I'd love to invite you to check it out as well. So I'll post the link below. I will announce the winners to the scholarship next week, and in the meantime, let me know how you get on, and thanks for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. Take care, everyone.